Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez, coming at you today with the Veve OMI update video. We're going to do a little bit of Earth 2 and Grumpycat as well. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love y'all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, and subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon and smashing that super thanks button down below. And yeah, we'll go. Sorry about the rain. It's just really, really raining. My window's closed, I swear. I'm still quite sick, so I just took quite a bit of NyQuil. So before the febrile delirium sets in, let's get this spread. We'll start with the Earth 2. Earth 2, there was a video uploaded the other day. From Dave's World. I'm not 100% sure who Dave's World is. I can't find the YouTube account or the Twitter account where it was posted to, but it was titled, Tony Murray sells 50% share in Earth 2 Metaverse to Arma Group Holdings. Now, we did know that Shane raised money X amount of years ago. I don't know if he had sold any of it back to Shane or if he sold most of it back to Arma Group Holdings. Again, I'm not 100% sure, but I took a quick look at Arma Group Holdings and I found some really nothing crazy. They seems to be based out of the Middle East. They have branches in Dubai, Baghdad in Iraq, Istanbul, Turkey, Ankara, Turkey, and Kuwait and Iraq. Oh, sorry, Kuwait flashbacks. Anyway, outside of that, they have nature conservation projects. They have AI, information technology. They have search engines. They have a finance, software, group technology, and an oil branch. So they have a bunch of different branches. I think that was just in Turkey, but they're in 50 plus products, 6 companies, and 100 team members. So again, there's really not too much that I could find on it right now. If anyone else has that, again, go down below. But again, I don't know if that was factual or true. I don't know if they are raising any more money, but again, we do have words from Shane. We will get that white paper this quarter, even though we're not going to get we're not going to get an exchange for the Essence token really up until at or around the halving, which is going to be in Q2, kind of late April. Excuse me. But we should still get that white paper determining how much Essence we're going to get in that total supply in Q1. It's going to be between 3 and 4 billion, so anywhere in between there. So if we're super conservative and say we have 4 billion, okay, well, what can the market cap be? I was asked this the other day, and the market cap for 4 billion, again, total supply, this is not the circulating supply, but total supply, even if it's $1, it's $4 billion. $10 might be a lot if that entire supply was reached, but again, right now we have less than 200 million in circulating supply. Unsure how much we'll get. Even if we get up to $1 billion, I think $10 is very, very doable just based on what circulating supply is. At some point, it'll be like Bitcoin. There's only going to be so much that's going to be mined before no more can be mined. That's why your land, your tiles, they're never going to mine Essence for you forever, because again, that'll run out at some point. Moving on. Speaking of running out, you are running out of time to go and migrate your Grumpycat token. Link down below to the Grumpycat Bridge in order to get your new tokens. Once you do that, again, I have a whole video explaining that, but once you do that, you'll be able to reclaim your new tokens on the 19th, possibly the 18th at night if you live in California, but it should be the 19th just after midnight. On to some OMI, we're down about 1.7% today. Over on the 24-hour mark period, down to 000611, so we're still at that range. It does look like over the night we did reach 00059665, so we did reach a little bit below that, but then we shot right back up. But again, there's really not a lot of volume here. 738,000, not a ton. Once we get more exchanges, that'll fix that right away. We did have a little bit of a scare in ETF though. We thought we had ETF approval, shot up to like 48,000. Then as soon as Gary Gensler said, well, actually, the account was compromised, we were hacked, shot down to like 46, lost 2,000 in like a second. Now, it has come out, despite CNBC going out and saying, yeah, it wasn't the SEC that was hacked, it was X that was hacked. It was Elon Musk's X. They're just big fat liars. It was not Elon Musk's X that was hacked. I thought it was a bit of a conspiracy saying that, wait, I know I've had my Twitter hacked before. I'm sure other people have had theirs hacked. It takes, in my experience, at least 10 hours in order to recover your account. But SEC is like, oh wait, our account was compromised, and suddenly they get it back like 6 minutes later. Doesn't really make sense. Then eventually Gary Gensler and the SEC came out and they'd said, oh well, actually it wasn't, it wasn't hacked, it wasn't compromised. It was just somebody had access to it through a third party, kind of backpedaling, changing their story. Bunch of liars, all of them, every single one. Anywho, Bitcoin is down about 1.5% on the day. ETH up 3.5%. Shout out to ETH on that. Solana down 2.8. Lido Stake up 3.5. Cardano and Avalanche down 3.7 and 6.3 respectively. So the shakeup was pretty negative for the markets, with the exception of ETH, which is up 3.5%. So again, shout out to them. We have the Betty Boop numbers here. We didn't have that yesterday, but we do now. So she comes out and it's very well priced. It is $20 per Betty Boop. You see the original classic here, which has 1,555 mints. So there's really not a ton of mints. I do expect this to still go under retail, despite it being going for only $20. I think that's nice, because there is quite a bit of them. And the rare at 1,353 also, again, looks nice. Same thing, $20. Then you have the ultra rare, $20, but only 1,111, which just means 1,021, because again, Veve keeps 90. And then that secret rare, 555, which means 465. So there's really not a lot of those at all. I think the ultra rare and the secret rare will be above retail, but this is a blind box, so you can't just say, well, I'm going to go for the ultra and secret rare. Again, it is a blind box, so you're just going to get what you're going to get. Whatever it is what you get, and you're going to be happy with it. Like I said, this will probably make them do some quick math here. You know, if this does sell out, you know, it doesn't take much. It's going to be less than the Marvel Mighties. Marvel Mighties made like 115. It didn't sell out. This only needs to make just under $84,000 for it to sell out. So it is possible that it does. Again, people are going to want to gamble for that. These are all first appearances, by the way. So they will want to gamble for that ultra and secret rare. So I probably do expect this to do fairly well. But there is no music though, despite them kind of teasing boop boop boop, and despite them teasing like, oh hey, she sings and dances, you know, there is no animation and there is no sound, unfortunately, for this one. But that does not stop David from teasing. Veve Meister says, here it is in black and white, 2 new verticals, imminent gaming and music. This is from an article that I had done a video about like a couple weeks ago, but David had gone on and retweeted Veve Meister and saying, fams built this city. Veve fams built this city on rock and roll. So he's just quoting that line from Starship. Again, Starship is the name of that band. We had Brock McBlockchain go and say, oh, music, because I had retweeted that saying, oh, Starship. Brock says music. And I was like, well, I was just wondering if the music was Starship, if that's what he was teasing. And Brock again says music. So I'm not 100% sure why. The only thing I can think of that Brock was teasing was when you had the kids in Stranger Things, and Robin was like, Eddie, we need music. Beatles, Blondie, Madonna, music, we need music. And then Eddie goes and says, this is music. So if we get the Beatles, Blondie, or Madonna, I don't know if that's what he was teasing. I think he was just kind of trolling, saying, oh, we're getting music, and that's it. Anyway, we have Sony coming out with their headset. They just did a little bit of marketing for that. And we have Tim Cook saying, the era of spatial computing has arrived. The Apple Vision Pro is available in the US on February 2nd. I've heard 2 different dates on when you're going to be able to reserve this, either January 10th, today, or January 19th. So I'm not going to get it. I don't know when the Veve app and Veve AR stuff will be available on that headset. I would really not expect that for a couple months, at least, after the release of that. I don't expect that right away. Obviously, I do expect that to go and be on there eventually. It's just not something that I'm expecting right away. But comment down below if you're going to get that. Whether it's the Apple Vision Pro or it's Sony, or even you have Facebook going out and getting into this as well. And Facebook is being exceedingly cocky. Meta's CTO calls its AR glasses prototype, quote, the most advanced thing we've ever produced as a species, end quote, which is really, really big. They're saying we've been casually playing with it this year. It's probably our most exciting prototype that we've ever had to date. I might get myself in trouble for saying this, but I think it might be the most advanced piece of technology on the planet in its domain. In the domain of consumer electronics, it might be the most advanced thing that we've ever produced as a species, end quote. It's like, okay, why haven't I seen anything about it? You know, Apple is a multi-trillion-dollar company and they have money for days for marketing. Facebook, which has been close to $1 trillion before, they're worth several hundred billion now, don't have as big a budget for marketing. But a lot of the guys I know that work at Facebook, they're just buying Facebook stock. Like, yes, they have diversified into other stuff, but they're just, nope, Facebook stock, Facebook stock, Facebook stock. Why? You know, when you have the CEO going and renaming your entire company to Meta for the metaverse, you know, again, I've explained this multiple times before, where they have a run rate. They've had it for like 20 billion a year. They're upping it to 25 billion per year. By the end of the decade, they'll have spent $250 billion on the metaverse. They're not doing this just to make their money back. They're doing this because the metaverse is a multi-trillion-dollar opportunity. And when you have Veve, that is going to probably have the most IP-centric metaverse in the world. That's why I buy OMI. That's why I continuously buy a bunch of these first appearances over on the blockchain, on Veve. Again, just my opinion here. But again, I'm not saying this comes in, you know, in any certain amount of time. Again, Apple Vision Pros will be here on February 2nd, but you know, the CTO of Facebook or Meta says that the device is prohibitively expensive to manufacture and that the real work will be reducing the price and form factor. Holds out the prospect of the device being unveiled this year. He says there's a good chance that people will get a chance to play with it in 2024. So we could be waiting, you know, 8-10 months for this. Or he could be wrong and we could be waiting until next year for it. So Apple will make first move, and then probably Sony, and then Facebook. We'll see. But then, question, why wouldn't Veve go and make something themselves? Well, they did partner with Vive. If anyone remembers the HTC Vive, that was one of the first headsets out there in the world. Playing with that for like 8 years. And, you know, what do you have? I mean, if we have a partnership with them, maybe we could co-own something with that, or at least have a partnership. We're saying, hey, you can use our IP, all the stuff that we have, just give us a piece of it, something like that. I would love to see Veve going and raising some capital, or just using capital of their own, and to buy parts of other companies or companies as a whole. I think Veve can really make some big moves if they did something like that. Again, there's no point in having like billions of dollars, having a multi-billion-dollar company, if you can't go and absorb others and grow and add to your market cap. Google and Microsoft will get in at some point. I think they're really focused on AI right now, but again, they'll be in at some point. Shout out to the Veve Coca-Cola contest winners, Max Mendicium, Sailin the George, and Goody 0000. That is 4 zeros. We have a couple people stacking things. We have Robert Geach, which has been stacking the... he has an animation desk, but then he has the things for Stitch, the things for Woody, Elsa, and Tinkerbell. Just the drawings of those, the posters, which are really cool. And Teddy, which has 160 Loki first appearance Marvel Mighties. Now, obviously, first appearance Loki in general is the alligator Loki, but first appearance Loki, like as we all know him from the MCU, is what he was referring to. Before every, I don't know if it's every drop, but before certain drops, Veve has like a show in their Discord where they talk about whatever the drop is, the history of it, the lore, and all that. I haven't gone to one of those, but it sounds like it's pretty cool. Oh, also, when The Verge reported that Apple Vision Pro will launch in February, Anthony Duca said, "We are ready." Anthony Duca is co-founder and CEO of Cavernous, who is building the Veveverse. So, they are ready. Happy 2-year anniversary to Poolside and all of the lessons he has taught us. I'm going to have something with Pro the Doge. We're going to work on something. I'll keep you all posted what that is. Stacking planetvampire.com. He says he can't stop buying uncanny 60-year posters for the X-Men. Now he has 3% of the entire supply, which is bananas. I think he also has Ultraman Zoffies. He's a big stacker of that too. I wanted to go over a couple of gem purchases that we have here. The Veve feed had posted that on January 7th, which is the day that we had the That's the day we had the Marvel Mighties drop. 109,000 gems were purchased, which is cool. That makes sense. We had a big drop that day. But then the next day, we had on January 8th, where we didn't really have anything, we had 375,000 gems that were purchased, which I thought was really weird. So what I'm thinking is that the way they calculate the dates is a little bit off. They might do it in Kiwi time. Because, like, why would people be purchasing gems the day after a big drop? Again, I'm just kind of interpreting the data here. Shout out to Gabriel, which has 132 Valkyrie. That's a lot. Also, since David Yu is going to be at Southwest Music Festival, I did a little bit of research on it, and it shows that they're actually not really a festival as much as they are a conference. This comes from the Digital Verse, saying that there's a lot of major music brands are there: Fender, Gibson, Universal Music, Warner, Sony, Ernie Ball, and more. And they have concerts to showcase more of the up-and-coming artists that the labels are keeping eyes on and hope to sign. Again, that's just info from him. Shout out to him for that. Shout out to Standoff Chart that purchased a gold logo. He added that to his showroom, which is great. And then Veve Dreamer as well, who also purchased a gold logo. So you have a couple people that are every now and then, when the gold logo gets at around 4K or just below, people really start buying. So 2 sold within a day. And then again, people I feel like are really sleeping on these one-of-ones. These one-of-ones come out like every week. Last week was Storm, and Storm had just a plethora of a bunch of them. This was an artist proof of Sword number 8, the digital one-of-one for my Storm costumes cover, part of the series of costume variants. Mr. Rolex wound up winning, purchasing it, again, a one-of-one for $2,777.70. Well, that'll be it for me. Everyone comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Everyone say bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. Bye, guys. Meow, 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 meow. I'm still sick.